Tired of those boring dime a dozen sports shows? Well, you're in luck, as the Sportaholic radio show has you covered. Get ready for an informative and never boring, entertaining sports show with a hip-hop twist. From the NFL, NBA, MLB, college athletics, and everything in between, the Sportaholic radio show brings it to you in only the way they can. So tune in and turn up for the Sportaholic radio show.
We'll never digress. Let's jump into some football talk. I'm not trying to talk about my teams first. My team's just making the biggest news every time I turn around. And this was not for a good reason. Dak Prescott, compound fracture, one of the nastiest injuries you'll see. You know, your whole guy, ankle and foot is just hanging limp like that, and it's going in a totally wrong direction. You hate to see it. I don't care if it was Dak. I don't care if it was Carson Wentz. I can't stand the Eagles. I don't like to see any great player go out with a serious injury like that, because now you don't get to see the best of that team. So, you know, shouts out to Dak. I hope he gets better, first and foremost. But that's a major injury at the wrong possible time for a guy. We knew Swifty was in line for a large contract. So give me your thoughts on that.
That's why I will never, ever defend a billionaire owner over a player trying to get his money in any sport. That was a perfect example of that. And, you know, my heart goes out to that brother because, again, he was having a season that was going to give him 6,000 yards, and he would have got his money in January and February if everything had gone the way it was supposed to go. So, yeah, I'm always going to defend the guy looking for his contract, looking for his market value, looking for a little bit more money. But, you know, what this does now for Dallas is they've got to rethink about what they're going to do with Dak, with the future of this team going forward.
You know, I hate that it takes a moment like this where we got to start, you know, having these conversations about people getting mad at guys for turning down contracts. I'm always going to side with the player. I'm like you, Swifty. It doesn't make any sense not to. I want a guy to get all the money when he can. But to have an injury like that, what you think, Tone? You think this is something he's going to be able to come back and bounce back quickly from? Because that was a grotesque injury.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to come back from it, man. I hate to say that, but the injury, I don't think he's going to come back from. He's not going. If he comes back, he's not going to be the same. But I don't think he's going to come back from it, man. That injury was terrible. And I'm always siding with the players on get your money and get as much as you can. And the NFL to me hurt their players with the whole franchise tag, and of course it protects them, but it doesn't protect the player, you know. But I feel bad for Dak because he had money that they offered him, right? They offered him a deal, but he just turned it down. It wasn't
$30 million. He was offered over $30 million a season, so that's a good point. I hear a lot of people saying, well, you know, look, they didn't offer him enough. $30 million over four guaranteed years. That's, you know. At some point, you gamble on yourself. I understand that, but at some point, it's kind of greed because you want to match somebody else. Yeah. You know, $30 million is a lot. I mean, it's a thin line between betting on yourself and greed to me, you know. And I think, I don't know, turning down that $30 million might have been a little greedy. You want to get your market value, though. I get it, you know, especially nobody can. But this, I hate to say this, it makes me think about Earl Thomas. It makes me think about a lot of these different guys that was up for a contract and they didn't take the initial contract. And then that kind of stuff happened. That's why we sometimes see these players take the deals, and you're like, well, Derrick Henry, he sure could have made a lot more money than what he made. I don't know why he took that deal. Security is better than nothing at all sometimes. Jump in that, Thomas. I see you got better. Think about that injury.
That's you just hit the nail. It's just like when the guys take the plea deals, and it's almost like you just got to take what you feel at that time it's the better deal, man. I think as far as the Cowboys go, I think this may be a blessing in disguise, man. I think that you guys may rally around Dalton. You did get the win. I don't know. I think I was looking at the odds for Vegas or whatever, and even even they're messing with the Cowboys. I think we all can agree that Prescott was still out on Prescott, like, is he not? But one thing we know for sure with Dalton is he can throw that darn ball if somebody can draw up some good plays for him. I'm excited to see. I hate it for the kid though, man. But like you said, it's greed. You got it. You got, and you deserve it. Especially when you're looking around and you seeing what your peers is making. You want it, but this right here, I think it's gonna hurt. I think it's gonna hurt the kid, especially if Dalton kicks ass, man. Which I think he's gonna do.
What I hope doesn't happen is, I think some of the reason, Thomas, Dalton might do well is because this division is trash. Yeah. I can't emphasize that.
I gotta co-sign that.
Yeah.
So
I'm a Cowboys fan. I co-sign that.
Dalton cannot even play that well. Get the Cowboys to 8-8 and in the playoffs, and then after that, you never know. And then I don't want to hear people in January be like, "Well, Dalton led them." Well, he's gonna lead a bunch of trash. Washington, bad. The Eagles, I don't know what's going on with them and all their injuries. Carson Wentz has been trash. The Giants, worst team in the National Football League, period, point blank. I'll put it right there on you right now. So the Cowboys can go. The Cowboys might go 7-9 this year and still make the playoffs.
Y'all not bringing up one point about us as Cowboys fans. I don't know if y'all watch them games, but you want to talk about some trash? Have y'all saw our defense?
Yeah, that's trash. Yeah, that's trash. That's
it don't
for
make
sure.
no damn sense how bad that defense got from one year to the next. It just don't. It's got to be the coach. The scheme ain't working because we are giving up everything. Reverses.
Yeah, y'all defense was straight last year. I don't know what happened.
It was all right. We had Rod Marinelli.
Yeah, it was straight.
That guy been in there and they knew the system, but we always talked about it because it was a born predictable defense. Nobody was doing any line shifts. They would just sit there in that same defense. You can call all kind of checks and stuff at the line, and nobody cared. They were going to sit in that defense. But it worked because this defense right here, nah, dog, it's no way that even if we win that division, anything happens, we don't deserve it. So Andy Dalton could come in and do great. And I feel you on a point that I think a narrative is going to be made. Well, Andy Dalton was just as good as Dak Prescott. So look, we can go and win with this guy. They're going to make this stupid narrative up. You can see it coming if they do well. Either way, that defense ain't nothing happening with the Cowboys this year. That defense can't, unless they fire Mike Nolan and get a new guy in there, the Cowboys not going anywhere anyway. That division is trash. I cannot unequivocally disagree with y'all on that. That division is big trash. I don't know what to say about it, but
what was once a really proud division? Man. Like y'all division used to be, a really great division.
I grew up on that division.
Like year in and year out.
Yeah.
That's how I grew up on that division, watching the NFC East games. Randall Cunningham, the Washington football team quarterbacks, and Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones, and Carson Wentz keeps throwing 2 or 3 interceptions a game. The Cowboys will win this division with 7 wins. 7.
Right.
That's gonna.
It don't even feel right. Like when we be winning and beating, I'm like, yeah, but we ain't gonna beat nobody good. So what's the point of doing all this, man?
Just win some of your division games and you'll be all right.
That division is so bad, y'all. Like when you see a division like the AFC West, where the Raiders beating the Chiefs and stuff, and you're like, dang, that team could come over to the NFC East and dominate. You put the Raiders in the NFC East, they're gonna handily win that. They're gonna handily win that division. It's just it's stinker of a division. Somebody's got to win it. And now you got the Cowboys without Dak Prescott, but they did one good thing in the offseason. They made sure that they signed a quality backup quarterback. Every team needs a quality backup quarterback. Ship team to me unless you got one.
But this is what happens.
I forgot y'all had him.
You mess around and see the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. And that's the crazy thing about that NFC, man. It's so unpredictable.
Yeah,
man.
That's true.
So unpredictable. We just watched the Giants do it twice.
I mean, Swifty pretty much said that if they get in the playoffs, anything can happen. So, in that division, they probably will make the playoffs.
Boy, y'all don't know. Y'all ain't gonna want to see me if the Cowboys win a ring the same year the Lakers win a ring. Y'all ain't gonna want to see me, bro. I promise you ain't. I'm gonna make sure y'all know every damn day. I'm gonna let y'all know.
Right.
Let's move on, though, man. Let's talk about, speaking of the Chiefs and the Raiders. I think the biggest upset we've had so far in the NFL this season. Raiders going to Arrowhead, snatch it from Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs, man. Was that one of the best games? Was that the best game that y'all seen so far in the season?
It's probably one of the best, if not, yeah, it's got to be the best game I've seen. That John Gruden got those boys playing. I'm gonna have to give him a little props, man. I'm gonna have to give him some props. I wasn't too high on him, but they went in there and went toe to toe with the Chiefs. Like, who expected that? I didn't expect it.
No, I didn't either.
Man, it's like Carr was doing his thing. You know, like, okay, is this Carr from what, 4 years ago?
Two things that the Raiders did that worked for them. Well, really, one thing the Raiders did and one thing the Chiefs didn't do. The Chiefs ran the ball 10 times with their running backs. Don't get too cute. I know you got Patrick Mahomes, and I know the idea you want to play this like Madden. And you want to just throw on every down. You still got to be able to have a little bit of balance and run the ball. The second thing what the Raiders did defensively is, man, you can't blitz Patrick Mahomes one-on-one with them receivers. You can't do it. So they said, hey, we rushing 3. We'll give you 8-10 seconds to throw, but you're going to have to throw in these lanes where it's 8 defenders versus 4 receivers. That's something you're going to see the rest of this year. That's how you're going to have to defend the Chiefs to win. That's a strategy that the Raiders picked up really from the Chargers from a couple of years ago. They tried that and it worked for them. But, yeah, the Chiefs can't get cute and stop running the ball.
You touched on that. That's Andy Reid thing though. He will get cute on you and try to overpass. He'll pass the hell out of that ball and forget about the run.
You're right.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
That's why he never won in Philly. I mean,
Go
ahead, Tom.
Go ahead. No, I just say he get in his own way sometime. He'll just be like just throwing the ball mix it up, man. We see you coming. You know.
I think you really hit the nail on the head though when you talked about what the Raiders said that they're going to do, because defensively, I was wondering. I was like, what is it going to take to beat those guys? I was like, do you got to have one of those classic type of pass defenses like Strahan and those guys back in the day when they hit that line full of guys? Or is it going to take where you just, like you said, just completely say, I don't even care about the pass rush. Get to them if y'all can. But I'm dropping everybody back out, and I'm going to these dudes are not just going to run past me. And that's hard to do. That takes a lot of discipline for a guy to do. So you got to give Gruden a lot of credit for that. That's hard to do, man. You just can't pass rush that game. I don't even care. Good luck sacking him if you do. I'm paying y'all not to do much this week.
Is that the blueprint going forward against the Chiefs?
It's been the blueprint. The Chargers did it a couple years ago, and it worked. And they didn't get a chance to do it again in the playoffs because they, as the Chargers do, they blew it in the playoffs against the Patriots.
Clip was gonna clip.
The Russian 3, So Russian 3 dropping 8. That's gonna be the strategy, man. Because if you blitz Patrick Mahomes and don't get there, he's gonna throw for 450 yards.
That's real.
That's tough. What if you got that edge rushing defense where you got some guys? What's a defense with a couple of good pass rushers on them? I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Close. Nobody in the NFL has that for the Chiefs offense. That's the issue. Who has it? I don't think any defense in the National Football League has a front 3 or a front 4 to be able to just pressure by themselves.
Hey.
I don't see it. Not for the Chiefs. Not for the Chiefs. Because remember, you got to guard 4 dudes that run 4 threes.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I mean, I don't see no Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis combos. I give you that. Ain't none of that. But I guess that's the only way you can beat them, right? Like, okay, so the only loss that they had before this was to the Titans, right? 13 games ago.
Right.
Yes.
How did the Titans beat them?
The Titans played a lot of zone. They played a ton of zone. It just so happened Jarrell Casey got to the quarterback a bunch of times. If you can get one guy who can win his matchup on the line, plus you drop 7 or 8 guys, you got a real shot. But again, that's a low percentage shot.
Hey, I'm a homer right here, but I see the Bears being able to do that with Khalil Mack on the edge.
Yeah.
And then everybody just drop back.
I can see the Bears.
So what you're telling me is that game is gonna happen in February, Tone?
Hey, the outfit is on layaway.
Okay, all right. We'll see about that.
That was good. I like that, Swift. You was swift on your toes with that one.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Talk about it. What you think, Thomas?
Yeah, I see the Bears. I can, hate to do that to Swifty, but I can see the Bears being right there too, man. Especially as when we talk about the pass rushers, the Texans can. I mean, they're not gonna do too much. But as far as like getting back there, but they're just not gonna be in the mix. As far as teams in the mix, your Titans, man. I mean, I like them. I like the Titans. I like that matchup. Hell, the Ravens, they kind of got their ass whooped this first go round, but we know Harbaugh. We know how he gets down. He'll be ready.
Just the Chiefs no more. Ain't nobody trusting that shit. Y'all gotta beat.
But I would say this.
We say that, but the Chiefs have whooped everybody's ass like that. So
yeah,
I mean,
but I would say this. The Ravens and the Titans have the two best game plans. It doesn't have anything to do with their defense. Both of them can run the hell out of the ball. Another way that you keep Patrick Mahomes from scoring touchdowns is keep his ass off the field.
That's true.
Running the ball. So if you can run the ball, the Ravens just refused to do it the last couple times they played the Chiefs. If you can run the ball, the Raiders ran the ball 35 times on Sunday. That's another way that you keep the Chiefs from winning ball games. You keep him off the
field. Run the ball on offense and drop 8 back in coverage on defense, and maybe you'll get a pass rush with your front 3, and that should be able to cover it.
No, I think he's just
that's a lot.
That's a lot. What have we done to stop Aaron Rodgers for the last 15 seasons?
Break his collarbone.
Bad coaching.
Well, and that's the same thing that we got to do with the Chiefs, guys. We in games where but games where when you have a team that can outscore them, you have to outscore them. Games where you have teams days that you can rough them up, you gotta rough them up. But
you're only gonna get one day. You're only gonna get that one shot. It's not a series, so you got to pick your game plan.
Yeah, I look at Mahomes like the AFC version of Aaron Rodgers. Only difference is the AFC. It's this team, that team, and another team. That's all it is.
Too, though. He got weapons.
Yeah, he got more weapons.
A-Rod ain't never had that many weapons at one time on the squad, though.
But I mean, let's just be real, man. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady showed us that the era of weapons is over with.
Well, sometimes you make your own weapons, and I think some of these guys in Kansas City may have not been weapons before Patrick Mahomes arrived. But think about this on Sunday. The Raiders did everything right. They ran the ball 35 times. They were in that zone the entire game, and they still gave up over 450 yards of total offense, 32 points.
Yeah.
I think another requirement
you got to play damn near perfect.
You gonna look inside.
I think one of the other requirements, you got to be able to score for 30 points. If you're playing the Chiefs, chances are you're going to have to score about 25, 35 points because their offense is going to produce. As long as Andy Reid is calling up those plays, throwing shovel passes and throwing to the left tackle and stuff like that, you're going to have to put up at least a good 30 points to beat them, I think.
So you need an offense that can score and also make Andy Reid pass more than he run. So you're going to have to put points up early on him.
Yes. That's the game plan. That's the holic game plan. That is the holic. All right, coming from the source. You hear me? Drop 8 back in coverage. Hopefully,
that's why this year I'm putting my money on the Titans. If the Titans meet the Chiefs in the playoffs, I'm putting my money on the Titans this year.
Why? Because they don't give them Corona?
Hey, Titans doing they thing tonight.
Too soon, Tom. Too soon.
What's the score of the game? 21-10.
21-10 Tennessee.
Beating the Bills, and the Bills is a pretty good team. They was undefeated coming in here, so I think.
Yeah, I picked the Bills to win tonight. Yeah.
I pick what you're putting down on the Titans. I think the Titans will have one of the best chances to do it, but do I think they can?
That's it.
I don't know, man.
They still got to put up points. I mean, I can see them rushing balls, keeping Patrick off the field, and I can see them dropping guys back in coverage. But they still got to add some points because 32 points, you got to match that.
They did all of that in the AFC Championship game, but when it
My bad, my feed dropping out. If y'all can hear me, I'm. Look,
We got you.
those teams that we always think are unstoppable. Somebody always finds that kryptonite. We don't know exactly what it is. We're trying to put it together against the Chiefs because, hey, they're that team right now. They're the team that's on top, that's whooping everybody. So teams are going to start to be built just to beat them. So we're going to see how that whole thing go. I think that, like I said, was the biggest game. Any other games that y'all feel the need to talk about? We can go Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. I thought that was a great game of teams that didn't want to win the game, kept trying to give it away to each other. But what other games?
You didn't like the Bears comeback on the Bucks?
I forgot about that. What Tom Brady forgot about?
Yeah, the man had a mental breakdown. Yeah. Give it down it is. What's up with that? He too good for that.
Hey, quiet is kept right now, and we hadn't talked about it really all season. The Cleveland Browns are 4-1.
I know, right? I saw that. I was like, huh? They figured something out here.
And offensively, they got weapons. And you talk about, Beckham and Jarvis Landry and that run game. If Baker Mayfield can keep his head all right, that's important. They'll be able to score a lot of points. But just like everybody else, are they going to make enough stops if they get that far? But yeah, Cleveland's been impressive to me so far because I would not have them at 4-1 after 5 games.
I agree 100%. I saw that record and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Damn, Cleveland? I forgot. Okay. But the key is Baker Mayfield being steady. Like, he got to stay steady.
Are we doing weekly MVPs?
I know we're not in the issue of breaking news here, but I just saw something come across the timeline. Le'Veon Bell for the Jets just got cut.
Oh,
what?
You know what? It sounds like a surprise, but I know Adam Gase couldn't stand him. And they always talked about what Gase said, that he didn't ever want to sign him. But you out your rabbit ass, man, letting go Le'Veon Bell in the middle season. Now he going to go to someone like the Patriots.
Man, we need a running back in Chicago. We lost Cohen.
That's crazy, man. I don't know why. Well,
why just
he's free as a bird now.
Why just cut them?
Because they crazy, man.
They stupid.
That's why they not a winning franchise. They do stuff like this. They never won nothing talking about.
I mean, they were stupid when they hired Gase, though. So
why do they still have Adam? The Falcons did what you need to do. Now the Falcons should have did this 3-4 months ago. But don't even come back with us, bro. Just stay over there, man. We'll order you an Uber and then send you home. I don't want to see your face of my team anymore. And that should have been happening with Gase, man. I don't know what's going on with that, man.
The Jets gonna jet, man. A Clippers gonna clip. It's those teams in each league, man. They're gonna do what you expect them to do.
They're not gonna be successful franchise. So let's talk about this game real quick. It's on right now. Titans and Bills. Look like the Titans pretty got they foot on this game. And that goes back to what we were talking about, Thomas, when you're talking about the Titans being – and you got to give Titans a lot of credit. Think about this. This is a team that probably ain't practiced 6 days since this whole COVID outbreak thing. Everything that's been going on with them to stay sharp and be able to kind of put the hammer right now so far. If you listen to this podcast in the future, we're talking about right now in the game. It's 21-10. Putting the hammer to the Bills. So, talk about this Titan team, the things that they went through to get to this point and now kind of be dominating this game.
I like him, man. I'm behind Team Tannehill. That man is a good quarterback. What do people want from him? What do they want him to do? He's already been the best Titan quarterback since Aaron McNair already. And he ain't played nothing but a season and a half.
Timeout.
He don't lose things for you.
That ain't saying much, so stop that one.
Not saying much at all.
We also forgetting that right now, like I said, right now, he's just a normal player. But once it gets cold outside, Derrick Henry becomes number 2 player in the NFL, right behind Patrick Mahomes. You know, nobody wants to tackle that summit, man. We seen it last year. Hell, look at what he did. Look at what he did to my boys. It was sad out there, man.
Yeah.
I'm Team Tennessee. I think the Titans are gonna be right there in the. Now, of course, I'm not gonna bet them over my guys, but if anybody can beat the Chiefs, I think we gonna have. Unless we want to see the Chiefs just run off the same thing that the damn Patriots did, and we gonna have to start building up these Titans.
Why don't nobody talk about the Bills? The Bills are pretty. I know the Bills losing right now. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Yeah, but the Bills at the start were 3-4-0. Josh Allen starting to come, and that defense has always been pretty good. But nobody speaks about the Bills in the AFC. It's like they may as well be 0-4. You know what I'm saying?
See, but that's the thing about when we was talking about Clippers gonna clip. Now that's a team that I say is always gonna.
I agree.
Yeah.
Damn Bills. Damn Bills.
and of course, as Thomas is saying that, Josh Allen threw an interception like 2 seconds ago. So yeah.
Right.
Some teams just don't enjoy success. I don't know what it is. Success and them, you know.
Hey man, I don't know. Y'all speak on curses and stuff like that. The Bills might be that team, but they got a good squad. They had a good squad last year and this year. They've been building that team up. The defense is pretty solid. The offense is trying to turn it to something, but I think they need another weapon.
Oh, well, here's the thing about Buffalo. If you look at all the contenders in the AFC, they have the quarterback that I trust the least. Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Tannehill, I trust them more than I trust Josh Allen. And that's why you kind of have to rank Buffalo behind all those contenders right now, despite the fact that they were 4-0 going into this game.
You know, he's been playing a lot better this year. Again, I'm not. Make sure we get this clear. I'm not no Josh Allen stan or anything, but I respect him. I think his level of play has risen each year, and he's getting to a point where he can be a weapon. He's still going to overthrow the ball a lot. He's still not going to be the most accurate guy in the world, but he's really a good version. And I hate to say this because people say just because they're different skin colors, you can't compare him, but he does match up to a Cam Newton favorably if you look at the way that he plays, and he may even have like a better arm than Cam. He definitely don't have the legs. I mean, he's taller and athletic like him, but he can do some things. He's like a guy that can go 16 for 32 for 198 yards, but he ran for 74 yards and 2 touchdowns. So the stats will be misleading, and they'll still be able to win a game that way. So are they quite there?
That sounds like some Mitch Trubisky stat right there.
So what?
That sounds like a Mitchell Trubisky stat line right there.
Nah, it'll be 3 interceptions, 2 pick six to add to that mix.
Hey, forget Mitch, but he ain't never thrown a pick 6, so I'm gonna give him that. But that's
pick 6 mix.
But he overthrow. He not accurate. He'll get you some yards with his legs, and he'll hang on to the game.
Hey y'all notice how in every damn podcast, Tony finds a way to talk about Mr. Trubisky. Is it me?
No, that's not. It's not favorable though. I gotta.
He sneak Mitch all in here every time though.
Hey man.
Look,
hey man, it's Mitch, man. You know.
So let's keep talking about this though. At this game, man, I think the winner of this game, you're gonna have to look at and see that they are a favorite in the AFC. Again, we know it's Kansas City, we know it's Baltimore, but I don't think a lot of people gave neither one of these teams respect. So that's why I thought this game was really big. 2 undefeated teams going into. But again, I come back to the Titans and say, you know, we've seen all this COVID stuff with them. That's days of not practicing. You losing the continuity of your team, and to come out and play this well,
right,
shows me a lot about the Titans.
I just think it made.
Hey, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the Steelers. We got to mention the Steelers, y'all. We haven't done that yet. That's our bad.
Well,
they're also 4-0 and playing really well right now.
Yeah, and I can see why Carlos don't mention them. I mean, the Steelers and the Cowboys kind of a rival somewhat.
I know,
and Thomas ain't gonna mention them either because of the Ravens. Ravens.
Right. So that's on me and you, Swifty. So
yeah, I got it.
I keep it real, man. If my team sucks or if we ain't, I'll let you know.
Yeah, the Steelers look nice too. I forgot about them. Yes.
Yeah. The Steelers all right, man, but they
the look on your face, man. The look on your face.
Hell, I mean, they defense supposed to be all world and like one of the best defense in the league. And you got the Eagles putting up plus 30 on you, man. You know, you're in a shootout with the Eagles. And it's not good. We just said that every team in NFC East was garbage, and you in a shootout with the Eagles. So tell me, y'all saying all this. But that Claypool kid, I like him. 4 touchdowns. Yeah. On 7 catches. They always keep a receiver some kind of way. Some teams never come out of receiver.
They sure do, man.
Yeah.
They always have a receiver, man.
Whoever doing the scouting over there don't know what they're doing as far as receivers go.
Hey, we're going to find out about the Steelers real quick. The Browns this week, the Titans on the road the week after that, then the Ravens on the road. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. It's a tough run right there.
Weekly MVPs. Let's do it. My weekly MVP, I'm going to start off. Ryan Fitzpatrick. An ass whooping and L was handed out to the San Francisco 49ers, courtesy of Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Miami Dolphins. It's one of those games that, you know, Fitzpatrick is capable of going for over 300 yards passing, but he also, in most of those games, will throw you out of those games and have 4 or 5 interceptions. Didn't happen this game. Looked good. Career journeyman. My weekly MVP, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Tone, I pass it off to who's your weekly MVP?
My weekly MVP, he's been mentioned before, Russell Wilson. Another game-winning drive to his collection. He just got a trophy case of game-winning drives. That's what he do, man. You know, I think he's like the number one as far as game-winning drives in the last 8 to 10 years or something like that. So I had to give it to him, man, because that was a game I thought they weren't going to win that one, but he's like, nah, we about to get them. I think it was someone on the sideline. He said, we about to get this, and they went and got it.
Yeah. All right, who's next? Who you got, Swifty?
Man, props to Teddy Bridgewater. 313 yards, couple touchdowns, and this Panthers team without Christian McCaffrey is 3-2. I wouldn't go bet on that, especially without Christian McCaffrey. So Bridgewater's playing well right now. 313 yards on Sunday and a couple of touchdowns. They get the win. They're now 3-2 on the season.
I like it. All right, well, you at Liggett. Who's your weekly
MVP? Come on,
MVP?
guys. Are y'all kidding me? It's time to show some love to Chicago, Nick Foles. Nick Foles, baby, beating the great Tom Brady. The great Tom Brady. 4th down, Shady. Good luck, Nick Foles.
Nick Foles probably won't get another weekly MVP for the rest of the season, so I'm into that. That's why I gave mine to Fitzpatrick, because I know he
probably won't get another one either.
I'll stink it up for the rest. They'll have 2 in the next 2 games. Fitzpatrick can't. He's another guy. He does it. That's the thing for today. Not enjoying success. He just can't enjoy success. He'll throw 5 picks next game. 2 will be in, but at this moment, we're gonna give it to him. My man Fitzpatrick. Swifty had my man Teddy Bridgewater. Big shouts out to him. Liggett had how did I forget who you had that quick? You just had Nick Foles. Sound like you're underwater all of a sudden. And who did you have, Tom?
I had Sierra's husband.
I feel like you picked him before. You got me pick him every week, man.
All right, I'm gonna switch it up next week then. If he don't lead into another drive.
Oh, he's kicking ass every week.
He is, man. Somebody better show him some respect, man. Put some MVP votes in his name.
What did LeBron just say?
Give me
my damn respect.
I want my damn respect. Sound like a little.
Hey, I ain't like that either.
Sound like a little deep.
Who's not respecting you, LeBron? Come on, dude.
Right.
Who's not?
You ain't gotta say.
We
that.
respect you.
Come on, man.
Hey, let's hit it on the head. Like, you gonna ask for respect?
You ain't gotta ask for it.
You ain't gotta ask for it. It's gonna come.
He just does that shit for his team.
Y'all gonna give me my damn respect.
All right, Beyonce.
Right. I'm sorry. That sound like a woman or something. Dog. Like R-E-S-P-E-C.
Everybody in the league respect him, man. Every coach, every player, everybody respect him. What is he talking about?
Straight diva, man. You should have seen how soon as she said that the whole team was like, "You tell him, LeBron."
Hey, we
You ain't got to do that, Playboy. We get it. If you
get it.
like me and some guy living in a basement with his mama, like something wrong with you, dude. Like, come on, man. Let's do our weekly picks. I don't know how we got back to LeBron. We always do. Let's get. I give everybody a game. I'm just gonna pick them random. I'm looking at them now. You tell me what your pick. Since Tone is the first one I see on my screen, I'm gonna give him the first game. Browns and Steelers. Who you got?
Ooh, Browns and Steelers.
Be a good one.
It's gonna be a really good one, I think. I can't never trust the Browns, even if they do have a good record, man. I can't trust them against a really tough opponent. No, I'm gonna have to go with the Steelers. They rolling right now, offensive rolling. They got weapons. I got to see the Browns stop it. I got to see the Browns stop them. Until I can see that, I can't roll with the Browns on the pick yet.
That's messed up, man. We all know. We've been watching sports so long. It's certain teams that you just know. I can't trust that.
Yeah.
So you got the Steelers in that game. Give me a score. What you think? High scoring, low scoring?
I'm going. It's going to be a close one, though, I think. I'm going 34-30.
Okay. Steelers 34-30. Lock it down.
Yes, sir.
Sportaholic Nation. Let's go to Swifty. I got one for you. Packers, Buccaneers coming up this Sunday. Who you got? Give me your score.
Man, I don't like the way Tampa Bay is playing right now. It ain't just about Tom Brady. Like, watching that game last Thursday night, they should be even better than what they are. And there's some problems on that team, I think, on the offensive and defensive line. They get pushed around quite a bit. And I know Chicago got a great defensive line, so you're going to get pushed around. But I'm not really sure about them yet. I like Green Bay kind of big in this game, 35-21.
Ooh.
I like that.
Ooh.
On the limb.
I'm hoping the Bucks win, though.
Hey, I got a lot of people.
Yeah, that's for Bears purposes only. I got it.
I got a lot of people.
You already know.
Nowadays, so if y'all listening to the podcast, this is the time where you get those little cheap cars that y'all trying to make $200 off, and you give somebody $10 for. Here's the time that you're gonna make your little funky money. Okay, let's do that right now. All right, Liggy. For you, I got Chiefs and Bills. Tell me who you got, and what's the score?
You said
Chiefs and Bills.
Chiefs and Bills?
Yeah, Chiefs and Bills.
Yeah, come on, man. Easy money.
Easy.
Mahomes gonna have a field day. It's just not cold enough out there for him. I'm looking at 45-17 Chiefs.
Okay. That's a big okay. Damn, you hold on, 45 to what?
Yeah.
17.
45-17 Chiefs.
Well,
Hey, I'm with him on that one.
I don't think it's gonna be that big. See, that's again, y'all not giving the Bills defense enough respect. I ain't talking about Josh Allen. Their defense is pretty good as far as their secondary. I think they should be able to, if they do what the Raiders did.
Yeah.
I do. I agree. They have a really good defense, but I think Patrick Mahomes, he about to go off, man. He just got beat, man. He about to go off.
If you turn the ball over like Josh Allen will do, your defense doesn't matter if you're giving the team the ball inside the 20.
Yeah,
45 is too much, though. I'll go 45.
Extra point miss.
I'm gonna go 40.
45
Okay.
is too much, man. Let's go.
Mahomes about to go off, man.
Okay, that's fair enough. That wraps it up for our NFL talk, guys. Make sure, like I say, when you listen to this podcast, you can subscribe to all platforms to us: iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. Check it out. We there. Sportaholic. You'll see the name tag. You'll know that you're rocking with the best. You're rocking with the Holics. So let's jump over to college football. This is our last subject of the day, and it pains me to start off this conversation by saying a demolition happened down there in Athens. Tennessee got steamrolled. Started off good in the first half. Looked good. Actually held the lead in the first half. Second half, completely different ball game. Tennessee couldn't run the ball against Georgia. and it just went all down here from there. So SEC football, we can go anywhere with it. I start off with Tennessee because that's my team of choice. But SEC, let's talk about it. Anywhere y'all want to go. Let's start off with you, Swifty. What's your thoughts on SEC football this past weekend?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing, and a lot of people have already talked about it, is the fact that, the SEC has built their reputation for years on defense. They claim the Pac-12 don't play defense, the ACC don't play defense. And then you look at the scores that happened this week with the Alabama 63-48 score with Ole Miss, the score in the Florida-Texas A&M game, 41-38. You had a lot of shootouts. And it just kind of goes to show, without full practices and everything else, these offenses are going to be ahead of these defenses, especially in college football. I think it's just easier that way. Right now, you can make an argument there's not a good defense besides Georgia in the SEC. And besides Georgia, I don't know if there's a really good defense in that whole entire league right now.
Georgia's incredible. Look, and I'm not saying it because they beat Tennessee, but it's the way that they did. They have an incredible defense. That defensive line, haven't seen one since one of those Bama teams from a few years ago. That is an incredible defense. So good point on that, Swift. What you got for me, Liggett? What did you see in SEC football land this weekend? I'm sorry, you're a Pac-12
Well,
guy.
just like
Yeah.
Oh man.
yeah,
We'll see in 3 weeks.
Yeah. To piggyback off of what Swift said, the offense isn't going to be able to catch up with the defense.
You mean the other way around?
Or Mississippi State, who only scored 2 points.
Yeah, there you go. Talk about it.
Vandy, I don't even think Vandy has had a game where they scored 2 touchdowns yet.
Yeah.
So the SEC looks right where it needs to be, if you ask me. I think Alabama's giving up quite a few points. LSU as well. I think Georgia's just the favorite, and it looks like Georgia is going to put the whooping down this week. I believe they have Alabama this week. Am I right?
Yeah, we're going to figure it out this Saturday. Yeah, it's Georgia, Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's about to go down, yeah.
I
think Georgia's going to get them.
That's one of the best things that did kind of happen, to see some of these teams, like when everybody got to play everybody in the SEC this year for the most part. So you know how usually some years, Bama didn't have to get Georgia and Florida this year, but nah, this year you getting everybody. So you get to see these big games, but that is definitely disconcerting to see a Nick Saban defense. Just what is it about Ole Miss and Alabama? Every year they play, Ole Miss, almost beats them if they don't beat them. They beat them a few years, but it's something about Ole Miss. Don't matter the coach, Hugh Freeze, Lane Kiffin.
Well,
they give them a hard time.
Well, you got to think about it. Some of them guys are, have been in Alabama, have been in Mississippi, couldn't go to Alabama or Mississippi, and they're playing some of these guys that they've been playing since they were 10 years old. And they're not scared of them, especially when they become a senior. They're not scared of these guys. They're going to give these guys everything that they have. I love it. I know I give the SEC shit, but I sure do love watching SEC football, man.
I know you do. We know you do. That's all. You can. Hey,
you know what?
Tony,
I take that back.
Didn't anybody talk about Florida and Texas A&M? Because Florida, prohibitive SEC favorite, gets taken down by A&M.
Didn't I see something about a COVID outbreak with them?
Yeah, 19 guys tested positive, so that game may postpone. Their next game this upcoming Sunday.
Yeah, that's gonna be something right there. That's a lot of players.
Well, talking about the game though, I don't know if y'all watched that Texas A&M and Florida game, but I watched it, and Florida's defense, man, again, that's another team that you used to seeing these high-flying, fast-tackling guys defense, and it's not there. Offensively, Florida can score with anybody, but if that defense play what they get, and think about this: Texas A&M couldn't beat Alabama, and Texas A&M just beat Florida. So that tells you kind of when you're stacking the rank of things. But it's been a crazy season. LSU has already lost twice. Kentucky held.
They're not even ranked any longer, right? They're out the rankings, right? They're not ranked any longer, right?
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah, they dropped all the way out. So
ooh,
it's been that honeymoon's over, right? You win the championship, and LSU the honeymoon's over. The moment you lose one game, all that stuff is out the window. Don't nobody care about that championship no more. What we doing this year?
Well, no, not necessarily, because it is the SEC, and in the SEC you can lose 5 games and still play for the championship.
Wow.
Damn.
That's because 5 games that you play.
I smell hate.
That's a thought on that one right there. All
You
right.
can't even name me 5 good teams in the damn Pac-12. Speaking of no defense,
I didn't say that, sir. We was talking about.
I know where that comes from.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah.
Think about this, and I'm gonna back up off the Pac-12. I ain't been in the college football playoff, not 9 times, not in the championship game. Not even made it to the damn championship game. Name me one of y'all teams. You ain't gotta name me nothing. Y'all.
No, don't do it.
Yeah, y'all play that soft football. It's all good.
We know that college football reigns supreme in the South. That's all you guys have. You guys don't even have sidewalks. So
he had to take it there.
Damn, that was a dirty one.
We too busy. We too busy buying football stadiums. Yeah.
fuck my damn dog. Don't football down here. Ain't shit else. I get it.
That's what we do. Anyway, any other college football y'all want to get to, or we're gonna switch it over real quick? I want to talk some baseball tonight, y'all. We ain't did that yet. To me, this is the time when I really get into it, man. Championship season.
Yeah, it's kind of disheartening right now for me. My team ain't in it, so
They're finna break y'all up, man. That core,
yeah,
it's time to break that up, man.
it's time to break that core up. It's time to break it up.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
They getting a little old, they hanging on a little too long.
Man, that happened quick. I remember them win that championship. I thought they was gonna go on a 2 or 3 year run, and here we are 2 or 3 years later. They ain't won a damn thing after that. That's crazy.
Yeah, we just make appearances now, playoff appearances.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard for when you got people banging on trash cans.
Oh,
The Cubs team is good, man. It's hard when you got people messing with you.
damn, bro.
Them Cubs, man. Them Cubs are a good team. I think they're gonna keep it together for. I think the Cubs got one more championship in them. I see it.
Shit.
We need a bullpen. Our starting pitching is cool. Our hitting is cool. Our bullpen suck. Get to our bullpen and it's over.
Why are we talking about a team that's not playing right now? All right.
Right. Go ahead. Let's talk about the Dodgers.
Let's talk about the Dodgers and the Braves. The Braves up. Last I checked, 7-0 in that latest game.
7-3 now.
7-3. Okay. All right. So update on that. Tell me about your team, man. What's going on with the Dodgers, man? I got to start with you, Thomas. You rocking the gear. You got the head and stuff on. So where we at, man?
Oh yeah. Well, nothing. I just think this is a series that's gonna go 7.
You hope.
Today, so we
Kershaw got stretched today, didn't he?
Huh?
Kershaw got stretched because he had back spasms today, right?
Yeah, he had some big spasms, so he got scratched today. I just think this is a series that's gonna go 7 games.
Why?
Yeah.
It's the 2 best teams in baseball, man.
Okay.
So y'all want to get that rematch with Houston, right?
I want it so bad, man. I want it so bad, especially after they robbed. You know, me and you, Tone, we wanted to see Lakers and Clippers, man.
Right.
We wanted that bad, man.
Hell, I did too.
Especially
I wanted to see him too. All right, talk to me.
But
Give me some baseball.
I don't think y'all going 7, man.
I gotta have them Stros.
Talk to me, Tom.
I got you.
Why we ain't going 7?
Cause Atlanta on that ass.
But you know,
hey, the Dodgers gonna dodge, man. That's all they gonna do.
Ooh, that's tough.
Oh, we putting that on the Dodgers now? Oh.
Wait, they won it. They won in '89, right? Thomas, how old were you in '89 when the Dodgers won, man? 1.
Look, he stuttered at thought.
listen.
Hey, I got bragging rights. I got a championship in my lifetime.
Listen. Well, if I was born, that's my lifetime.
I'm sorry, because he was 1. That's my bad. You're right. My bad. You got it.
I tell you, man. If it wasn't for being hateful, some of y'all wouldn't have no feelings.
Dodgers, hey man.
Your Dodgers should have won something by now. I know I get all the, y'all had bad luck that one season when they was cheating. Okay, that's fine. But that can't make up for some of the mishaps that the Dodgers, that roster has been stacked.
Stacked! Like, I wish I had half that roster.
For the last 3 or 4, 5 years, man. Like, there's no excuse for 1 year. But y'all should have won.
The Dodgers roster is the same?
Huh?
Hell no. No.
What was that question
not at all.
again? What did he say?
No. He said we had that roster, Cubs and Dodgers roster the same. No.
Oh, come on, man.
No, it's not.
The year that y'all won that championship, yeah.
Okay, but y'all had that championship roster for the last 6 years.
Yeah. And it keeps getting y'all add MVPs and stuff, man.
Right.
They add Mookie Betts and like maybe the best left hand.
Okay, yeah. Now, I tell you this, now we got a New York Yankees roster.
Y'all do. Y'all been having one though, for real.
I'm not even worried about us going down 0-2. Normally, when I'm down 0-2, I'm already talking about next year. Shit, we down 0-2. Shit, I ain't even worried about it.
Nah, y'all definitely got the roster, but it's something in the heart though. It's something in the heart, man. Y'all should have won one of these series, man. That's all I'm saying. And you keep building these rosters up, and you run into a hot Atlanta team because Atlanta with Acuna and Freddie Freeman. Let me tell you something about Acuna. That dude right there, I think he might be top 5 baseball right now.
Yeah. Hey, we can't hear you that well, man.
No, you're going to have to get around the pitching. That's the problem. If the Dodgers is not being able to hit their pitching right now, the Braves pitch has been fantastic. The 3 runs they've given up has been the most so far in the playoffs. So if anything else,
right,
that's going to be the issue.
Soroka went down. I think that was their ace, and I would have never thought that Braves pitching would be the reason that we'll be sitting up here talking about them possibly beating the Dodgers in the series. That's the crazy part to me. Thomas, why it sound like you up on the wall all of a sudden, man?
Because we talking about my team.
ALCS, the Rays and the Houston Astros. The Rays are whooping that. Speaking of getting that ass whooped, the Rays up 2-0 in that series, man. The Rays are one of the weirdest baseball teams I've ever seen. They have 4 outfielders sometimes. They'll shift over the shortstop to be over there by the first baseman. Like, they do some weird stuff, but it's effective, I guess.
You know why they got to do that weird stuff? That roster and what that payroll is about 1/10 of what the Dodgers is. Yeah. They have to do creative things with their roster. They've done a great job with their bullpen. Their defense has been great. They got to do it a little bit differently. So respect to Tampa Bay because they just can't shell out $200 million every winter for a bunch of star players like the Dodgers or the Yankees can.
Yeah, that's good. That's big ups to them. I like it. I like the creative.
Hey, I would love to see them upset Houston, man. I mean, get them Cheetos out of there.
If we lose, then go on and get Houston out of there.
But if y'all win, you want a rematch.
Y'all gotta win first,
right? Y'all gonna.
You know the special thing though, and this is the reason why I couldn't get this type of job when I was coming up. I would have replaced all the fake people and put trash cans all in their bitch. Like I just want to
Yo,
hey man,
I mean,
fix your mic, man.
You spitting a good fire right now, bro. We can't hear you though, man. We can't hear that good. But hey, they look at the end of this whole thing. If the Dodgers don't win it, I think it's a disappointment for y'all, and I think y'all tired of being disappointed. I want to see the Braves win, but I feel like the Braves shouldn't be here this early. I love the Braves,
right?
My baseball team, but I just don't. But they seem like to be that hot team in the moment, and so do the Rays. So we'll see. It's easy to say when both teams are up 2-0, going into something. So we'll see how that goes down.
He said 2-0 already on you, Thomas.
We finna win this game. I got
it's over. It's probably over.
Closing remarks, gentlemen. Any closing remarks before we wrap this thing up? Tone, you look serious over there. What you got, Tone? Any closing remarks?
Closing remark, man. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, man. If you got a mother, a sister, a daughter, you know, get some information out there on breast cancer and help save some tatas, man. Help save some lives, you know.
All about the tatas on the Sportaholic show. We make sure that we support the tatas in every way that we can.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I mean to hijack your closing remarks.
Nah, you good, bro.
I can't help myself. Damn. Swifty, last remarks.
I'm telling you right now, Le'Veon Bell is going to mess around and go to a contender and help him win. Watch.
I like it. Yep, that's all it takes.
Let's go, Chicago. Let me roll them dice. Come on, Bell.
Liggett, are you up above water now?
Yeah, man. I just want to say, this week could go terribly wrong. Le'Veon Bell could go to Chicago. Anthony Davis could opt out and go to Chicago.
This month.
Who's going to Chicago, Liggett? I like it.
I can't stand this dude right now.
The city of champions. Everybody's going to Chicago.
Something about me, man. My wife is from.
Yeah, I know. Stop trolling me, man. Stop trolling me.
My closing remarks.
Just shout out to Laker Nation, man. The real Laker fans who endured.
Yeah.
So shout out to Yoki because he was a real Laker fan.
Hey, I got a question for Laker Nation real quick. What do y'all feel about the Laker Nation members that jumped off before the championship run?
Hey, this is how I feel about it. I'm going to tell you the perfect analogy. You know how Jesus told Judas he was going to betray him?
Mm-hmm.
I knew a lot of those Laker fans was fake, bro. And I would just look at them like, man, when they get rough, you finna be whoever. You going to be a Golden State fan. You going to be a Miami Heat fan. I knew it. I can see it in your face. You done changed jerseys 2 or 3 times. Now you want to jump. Like, I don't. That's why I give you a hard time every time. Like, get that damn jersey out there. You just doing this for now. So,
right.
Like, look, if you're going to be that type of fan, hear me out. I'll make this my closing remark. If you're going to be that type of fan, you're going to go from team to team, and you always going to go with your players, stuff like that. Don't be mad at a guy that's been rocking with his team for a long, long time, most of his life, all his life, because he want to give you a hard time for jumping on. We don't mind. You can come on the bandwagon for a little bit, Everybody like to have a little fun or whatever. You want to come over to the winning side, cool. But I'm going to give you a hard time every day, and I'm going to question your loyalty, and I'm going to make sure that you understand what it is to be a fan. Lakers, 17 championship. You damn right. We did it. A lot of people said that we wasn't going to do it. It is what it is. A lot of people said it's an asterisk. All of this. All I know is we got 17. We tied the Boston Celtics, and the next couple of years look good for a team that couldn't get LaMarcus Aldridge or Kevin Durant for a damn interview with the team. Y'all know we came a long way in a short amount of time. Y'all should let us have it. I know we all crying and doing a whole bunch of extra shit, but we deserve it, y'all. And y'all know we deserve it. You deserve it too, Tone. When your Bulls win, I'm going to let you have that day. I ain't going to say nothing to you. I'm going to let you talk your shit more than you ever talked because you deserve it. And y'all doing long time. Long time that the Lakers will ever go.
What about my USC basketball Trojans, Los?
Yeah. I don't think y'all, you said the basketball Trojans?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's going to be 1990. Never.
Oh, Lord, Jesus. That's a long time.
Right, bro,
2000 never.
We ain't talking about NITs and stuff, man. We talking about championships, dog.
Wait. Let me get my Cam Newton.
Hey, bro. We talking about real rings out here. But look, when your team wins, deserve it. Have a good time.
Yes.
You don't never know when that's gonna happen again. So look, enjoy it. That's all I can say, man. Fuck what everybody else talking about when they tell you celebrating and bragging too much. Thomas is the classic guy. I'm not the classic guy when it comes down to winning. I like
it.
It is what it is.
Let it go, yeah.
Got to. So on that note, man, we wrap it up. Holics Nation, man, we appreciate y'all each and every week to come out and listen to us. Like I said, we back at it. We got some other stuff cooking up. So for all the Holics, Tone, Swifty, Thomas, we out of here, man. Peace out, fellas.
All right, now. Have a good one.